Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mad's Monday morning, quote unquote, podcast. Yeah, I'm alone this week. We're going a late episode this week. I wanted to record it earlier, but I didn't. I've been waking up late. Well, I haven't even been waking up late. I've been getting up late, like taking showers, and by the time I'm out of the shower, it's already like 5, 6, 7 o'clock p.m. And it's just like, I'm so sick of doing that. I want it to be more like earlier in the afternoon. Like, I want to start taking showers and then being out at like 1 at least. Like, I want to move my schedule earlier. Because I'm not even, the crazy part about it is that I'm not even staying up late into the wee hours of the morning. I'm literally just falling asleep at like my normal times, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's not like when I go crazy and I stay up till like 4 or 5 or 6 a.m. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I've been having crazy days. This podcast is going to be a little bit more personal, even though I literally said on stream on Saturday that I wouldn't come on here and just start talking about my personal life. I might. I don't know where my mind is going to go in my recording session of this one. But I kind of did have the idea. I was listening to Demon Mama, a Demon Mama video about it was a panel. It was a Prime Kai panel about neurodivergence, and the other word is neuroatypicality. And while I kind of, I have my own critiques of the like mental health apparatuses, quote unquote, basically, but I in the ways that people conceive of these things. But I find this, I'm not even close to done the video yet, but like I'm only like 30 minutes in, but I find the conversation really interesting and compelling and generative of my own thinking. So yeah, it's important to engage with things in not just a circle jerk way. Like, it's important to be able to engage with material that doesn't necessarily like completely align with your preconceptions and your belief system as it's already developed up to the point of the present time. It's just, I feel like it's important to be able to have that kind of versatility and like engaging with things that are like absolutely opposed to you and contrary to your own views and opinions. I think is actually like, it seems kind of like there's a cliched version of this idea, but it's actually like really important as far as like developing your own thinking. Like, how do you think Marx developed his thinking? Do you think Marx didn't read conservative thinkers? Of course Marx read conservative thinkers. Marx grinded his axe on the stone of Feuerbach, for example, or Feuerbach, however you say that name. But yeah, that Demon Mama panel got me thinking about some things, and I might want to elaborate on them on the show. So, content warning here. This episode might include some discussion of mental illness, self-harm, suicide, bullying, and possibly even sexual assault as well. Possibly. So just content warning for that. And bigotry, of course, as well. transphobia, queerphobia, etc. But anyways, ableism. But anyways, I, it's funny because now that I say that introduction, I don't actually know where to go from here. But honestly, it's kind of sad because this episode we were supposed to have. I was literally like, one of the things that I was gonna do to revive the channel, not the channel, the Discord server, the Madeline 13 Discord server, was to invite some of the original members on to have like a cool chill friend podcast where we just hang out, 2 guests at once and me, and we just hang out and like make jokes and be entertaining and funny and stuff. Cause I always like, I don't know, I want this show to be dynamic, you know? I think that could actually be a strength that I can play to on this podcast, is to be dynamic and multifaceted, with like humor, entertainment, politics, philosophy and theory, to varying specific degrees. Like certain episodes, I want to do more episodes like the one that we did with Tyreek, where we, like me and a guest or more than one guest, read a piece of work, like a work, like a piece of writing, a book, a chapter, or an essay or something, a paper, and then we discuss it. I want to do Acid Horizon type stuff like that, and I want to just have some episodes where it's just like not as focused, and we're just kind of having a deep conversation, like the one with Zoomer Nation, basically. I want to do more of those 2 types of episodes, as well as even more, because I think that multifaceted thing is a strength. But yeah, that's not what happened. Because as you know, if you watched my stream on Saturday, I'm streaming again, by the way. Probably going to be live again tomorrow. Possibly. But yeah, my mind is kind of all over the place tonight, folks. I don't know. I don't know if you could tell. But yeah. That's not happening because there's drama on the Discord, and a lot of people left the Discord as of late, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah. Interesting. I am a very neuroatypical person, I think. It's possible. Just simply because, like, the way that I experience reality in the world is different from other people's. Like, here's where we get personal. I'm just gonna go into some things. Recently, I'm just gonna highlight some recent struggles that I've been going through. for the last, like, honestly, it's been happening. It's been happening for a while, but recently it's been really negatively impacting my well-being and my happiness. I I've always had the ability to perceive things that other people are kind of incapable of perceiving, like quote unquote hallucinations. I am capable of having them, if that makes sense. And something bad that's been happening is I will get really paranoid, and I will literally, like, it's really weird. I will literally, like, like, actually hear as if it's actually, like, happening. It's not just like I'm thinking it in my head. It's like I actually physically hear like people saying shit about me all around me. And here's a perfect example. I'm going to get a little bit more specific. So, I'm in college. I'm a college student. And when it's the school, like when school is in session, when it's like an active semester, fall and spring, I live at the college. Even this past year, I lived at the college. Even with COVID, I decided to leave this shitty town I live in and go a few towns over, which is a better place for it's a better environment in general for people like me to flourish, basically. Then here, the town where I grew up, where my parents' house is, where I stay in the summer and in the winter breaks. So when I first arrived at school, which would be 2 years ago, because I'm just now finishing up my sophomore year in college. I literally, like, would wake up in the morning as if, and like looking around me as if I'm waking up at my house, like here in this room that I'm in right now in this video. And then like after a few moments looking around, realizing like, wait, I'm actually here at school. I'm literally waking up in a new place. And all throughout that first semester, like I just grew like this hyper awareness of the fact that I was constantly surrounded by other people in the dorm building. Every single night, I'm literally sleeping around a bunch of people. Majority of them I don't know. Majority of them don't speak with me. You know. I was like hyper aware of that fact. And it really screwed me up with a lasting effect, because like now being here, like I used to, when I was growing up here in my parents' house, I literally was able to go downstairs. I've always been a night owl, like I stay up all night. I was literally able to go downstairs at like 2 a.m. and just be like, just feel free to do whatever I want, you know, because everyone is asleep. Like literally as if the world outside of the walls of my house just didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like that kind of carefree state. But now, after coming home, like I literally experience it as like I'm hyper aware of the fact that I have neighbors surrounding me. I literally have neighbors surrounding me. Um, and like I'm paranoid about it, just like I am when I'm at school. I'm paranoid about people talking about me. I can literally hear people. I literally hear voices at night as if they're talking about me, like all the time. And like this past weekend, um, Friday night, my parents and my sister and my dog, my whole family, they went um to the campground that we rent out in summer times, and like just a slot, not like the whole campground, but like, you know what I mean. They bought a camper a couple of years ago. Um and I oh my god. I'm like losing my fucking I hate talking thinking because it's like I open up so many pathways and I lose where I'm going or where I'm trying to aim to. But basically like they were gone, they were there, and I was here alone for the night, which is usually really good, but this time it got ruined by the fact that like I was down here and I was eating and I literally could hear my neighbors' voices. Like, I know what their voices sound like. I literally hear their voices as if they were watching me, talking about me. And it doesn't make any fucking sense how they could see me. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all how they could see me. Unless they were looking through my window, like standing in my backyard. Because the windows that faced their house, the curtains were all shut completely. And not to mention the fact that there was literally a wall as well in between the window, the closed curtains window, and where I was standing. They were literally like commentating. Like, I couldn't do anything all night without hearing voices in my head commentating about what I was doing. Like completely involuntarily, like just invading my mind. And they were being mean. It was really uncomfortable. And it just kept happening all night until I finally fell asleep and woke up in the morning and they were gone. There was no voices whatsoever. But like I went upstairs and I would go back downstairs and I would hear people talking again. As if everyone was just watching me. Everyone around my house was just watching me. Commentating on me. And it was just really uncomfortable to deal with. And like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, who could that have possibly have been? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I just I just got lost in a thought. Uh yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when I don't post a podcast episode, it's literally because like my mental health can't handle it at the time. That's literally the reason. Like it's been kind of like rough, like every other week type thing lately. Um and it's just been cringe, you know? It's just been cringe, I guess. Because I do want this to be steady and weekly, and I do try my best to get it to be that way, but, you know. Wow. A lot of people are watching my stream clip that I uploaded yesterday. Uh, I guess people like when I get back to doing what I was known for. Chud dunking content. Yeah. This is a very versatile show. It's kind of... Mad's Monday Morning Podcast is kind of like an open mold that you can pour anything into. The content defines the form. The form is malleable. It's a malleable form. Those are my knees, by the way. um... What else can we talk about in this podcast? Like, the other thing that gets in the way, other than just my mental health, is literally just lack of, like... One time I remember there was a week that I missed, and it was literally just because I was thinking about it, and I was like, there's nothing worthwhile that I have to say right now. Like, I just can't think of any single thing, like, substantial to talk about right now, you know? That's how it was. So I just didn't make one because it was like, I'm not just gonna get on camera and, like, bullshit and have a bunch of awkward pauses and talk about nothing, you know what I mean? So let's try to find a focus here. I could talk a little bit more about my past and everything. But basically, recently, I've been having, I call it negative neurotic deliriums, where it's like the structures of my delirium are painful for me, and it's like neurotic, it's like paranoia. It's like, you know what I mean? It's scary. It really is scary. And I can't tell, like, it's weird. Like, I literally was so, like, I was on a train of thought, and I was so close to thinking a particular word one time when I was walking around, and then I heard some voice in the distance say that word. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very strange. That was a flag to me of, like, okay, I think this is in my head, you know? And, like, I hear people say things about me when I'm out walking that no one would ever, like, why would anyone ever think them? You know what I mean? Like, I hear people say things when I'm out walking. I hear voices saying things that only ever occur in my own mind. You know what I mean? Like it's not public information that anyone thinks about me, I don't think. So it's just weird to hear, like, and I don't know, like, I can't just walk into people's houses and be like, hey, shut the fuck up about me. Like I can't just go around to every single house I ever pass and be like, hey, were you talking about me last night? Like, I can't. It's impractical to think I could do that. You know what I mean? So it's just hard because I'm literally at the point with my delirium where I don't know what's real and what's not. I don't know what's physically actually like happening and what is just happening internally in my you know what I mean? Like what I can't discern the difference between what another person is literally saying out loud and what my mind is like creating, you know? I literally can't tell. A lot of the time lately with this specifically. But last night it wasn't happening. Last night it wasn't happening at all. Which is good. But like, okay, I think to fill up the rest of the time of the episode, I am gonna delve a little bit into my past. Well, actually, first, I kind of want to talk about the present a little bit more first. Honestly, to be honest with everyone, like, lately, people in my life, like, people have just been dropping out of my life like flies. Like people have just been fucking leaving me. And like I don't really know how to like square that circle. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what to make of it. Literally, other than just the fact of like it reflects negatively on them more than anything. I in the last year have like since like coming out as trans, I've really like grown into my own person. Like I used to be very much like sort of living according to other people's perceptions of me and just like sinking into them completely basically and just literally like performing for people. But in the past like year or so, I've almost lost the ability to even wear a persona. Like I'm just me. Like I've become so much more real because I've become so much more like substantively myself, and like that has also made me more comfortable in my own skin. You know what I mean? Like I'm just my own person now. I don't need to be captured in another person's like social despotism, you know what I mean? Like another person's social regime of capture that they're sort of like holding everyone in their life hostage to. I have an ex best friend who was like that. He was really like that. Everything was always his decision, his control. He controlled everyone. Like our entire group of friends, he was literally like if the archetype of alpha male applies to anything, it would apply to like what he was doing. And honestly, I have no reservations about talking about this at all. Literally because like fuck all of these people. Literally fuck all of these people. I like I just don't I just don't care. Like honestly, I'm becoming ruthless in this sense. Like I just don't give a shit. I'm my own thing. I'm my own person. And some people are just like they've revealed themselves to be my enemies. So I'm just not gonna back down to any of them. Literally any of them. Like, and honestly, like nobody ever has a good or accurate or worthwhile criticism of me, like whatsoever. Like ever. Like it's like all these people who are like breaking off from me basically and like exiting my life pretty much. They're not worth it in the first place. Like they just never they just were never really worth having around to begin with. Like for the most part at all. Like it just was never like one person in particular who I almost just got on here and started ranting about. Just like the entire way that they view me is just so inaccurate. And it's literally like a creation in their own head. Like literally like it's their own problem. Like literally in our last conversation that we were having, I was trying to convince them that the way that they see me itself is the problem. But they just didn't want to hear that, basically. Like, they just freaked the fuck out at me more and more as I was trying to get them to face the way that they were treating me and behaving with me and, like, perceiving me and everything. It was as if everything was all my fault, somehow. And the entire way that they were acting was just, it reminded me of the ways that I used to act with certain people. Like accusatory and like just absolutely like reading intention into people and like ascribing them intentions behind their actions and words that don't exist, like that they literally don't hold. And just being like, this is you, this is what you are. And just believing like the worst possible picture of that person in my head as if that was like the reality of it. You know what I mean? Like that's what this person did to me. And it's just like it's literally like one of the worst feelings to be put in that situation. Because they're literally saying shit to you and you're just like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, there's no good option for what I'm, like, there's no good response to that. Like, there's just not, like, there's no way out of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, they say things to you that just leave no room for like response, and it's just kind of like, okay, like I no longer know how to proceed with the conversation. You know what I mean? Like just completely like throw you completely off of your like axis. And it just didn't stop. It literally just got worse and worse and worse. And it just absolutely ruined my whole day. And that person's like, their whole fucked up, like, inaccurate misinterpretation of me was just stuck in my head for like 2 weeks after it happened. And this was only like 3 weeks ago. And it's just like, why would I ever want to associate with somebody who thinks that I'm a fucking narcissistic, like, fake person who only ever has intentions to manipulate other people and doesn't actually have any authentic feelings? Like, that's literally how this person sees me, as just like a cold, calculated, manipulative, fucking controlling person. And it's like, that's such a, you can only have that interpretation and that perception of me if you're so far disconnected from how I actually feel. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could only ever think that if you're just so alienated from my emotional being that you just, like, that's what you fill the gaps with. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only possible way you could think that. Because I'm like a really fucking emotional person. I'm literally capable of feeling like such a wide range of emotions. Like, at the same time, even. Like a lot of my feelings, I don't know the word to describe them. Like, there's literally not a word that perfectly describes it. You know what I mean? Like, I just have a very, like, fluid mood type thing. And this person was basically, like, it was as if all of my feelings were illegitimate in their eyes. Like, anything I would say about myself, they had a contradictory explanation of it and then acted as if they know me better than I know myself. You know what I mean? But the cruel irony of the situation was literally the fact that they even thought that way about me was preventing them from actually getting to know how I actually am. You see what I mean? And it's just like, I just can't deal with people who are like this. Like, I don't want to be around anyone who thinks in the terms of mainstream psychology, like the way that this person does. Like, I just don't. If you think that, like, what is an example? I literally, like, my mind is kind of blocked out what they said to me, but it was just like horrible thing after horrible thing. And it's so hard for me to even perceive this person's intentions whatsoever, because honestly, I've had so many red flags with them over, like, the 5 years that we knew each other, that I should have just like blocked them way earlier than I did. Like I should have just not given them the time of day. Like, because, like, they accuse me of being fake and inauthentic and everything, but that person is fake as fuck. Like, literally, like, socially, like, it's that type of person. It's that, like, Gemini type of personality where they're like really good at socially interacting with other people because they're faking it. Like, literally, because, like, you know what I mean? Like they're not actually telling you, like, everything that they say is incredibly calculated and over deliberated and over planned. Like specifically so that you have a specific response. You know what I mean? And then people like that accuse me of being like that when I've never thought like that in my life. I literally just say what I think. it's literally like from my mind to my mouth. It's from my mind to my mouth. It's not fucking over deliberated. It's not like I have a script that I want the other person to follow, even though people often feel like that. But really it's just out of their own stupidity because they respond to me in like ways that show me that they don't understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But that's not the same thing as quote unquote not saying what I want them to say. There's not a thing that I want you to say. I just want you to fucking engage with it on a level where you actually comprehend what I'm saying in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, people are just so fucking horrible. But back to this like weird like social fakeness. It was like they would be nice to people literally just so that they would get compliments back. You know what I mean? I can't handle those social games. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna call me like pretty or something like that, say it because you fucking mean it. Don't say it just because you want something in return from it. Like, I can't play these games. My mind literally doesn't pick up on the cues. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't communicate like that. I'm not like this fucking like fake fucking like I just hate people. It's really hard for me to communicate with people who are like that. It's really hard for me to communicate with people who are like that cuz they're also like passive aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, they'll say shit as if it's just like the most normal thing to say, but really like it's an attack on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I hate Geminis like that. I hate fucking socialites. I just hate them. I just hate them. I can't connect well with people who are extroverted like that. Like, I just don't like I just detest them. Like, there's just something about it that's just like, oh, you're a gross person. Like, if you socially operate like that, to me, in that inauthentic way, it's just like, you're just so disgusting. Like, I don't want to talk to you because I feel like every time I talk to you, it's going to be a trap. Because that's literally the way it was with that person. Like, and it didn't make any sense. Like, they would criticize me every which way possible and like make one criticism and then I respond, and then later in the conversation they literally make the opposite criticism of me, and it's like, okay, like, by the end of that conversation I realized that that person had no greater intention in the conversation other than just to hurt me. Like, their whole game was literally just, I just want to hurt you. You know what I mean? So it was just like, I just can't talk to you anymore. If that's the way it is, like, I just can't talk to you anymore. Like, I don't want to be around someone who sees me as like quote unquote fake and inauthentic. They say that I have fake confidence and like that I'm always posting selfies of myself because I have quote unquote fake confidence or something like that. Like, that's obviously not how it works. Like, people who hate themselves do not post face online often. Like, that's not you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work that way. Like and it was just so painful because I could tell. They literally told me that I haven't had real problems in my life. Like, imagine saying to a trans person that they haven't had any real problems in their life. Like, I don't want to associate. If you're the type of person who's ignorant to the fact that if you're any kind of like LGBT plus like queer anything, you inevitably will experience some kind of social trauma and depression in our world today. Like, you just will. Like, it just will happen. I don't want to associate with people who don't understand that reality. I literally just don't want them anywhere fucking around me. I literally don't want them anywhere fucking around me. I literally, if you are at this point of ignorance and fucking like self-maintained ignorance over the problems of society, it's literally like, I view you as less. I literally have less respect for you if you have that perspective. I literally have less respect for you if you have that perspective. I literally just don't care about your opinion. Because it's like, if you're so blind like that, you're just an idiot. Like, you don't have anything worthwhile to say. Like, you just don't have anything worthwhile to add to the conversation or my life whatsoever. Like, you're just a dumb fuck. You're literally just a dumb fuck. And like I can't it's like they literally were telling me like everything that I'm afraid of people thinking about me, they were saying to me. It was as if like they know. It was literally like they read my mind and then became my fears. You know what I mean? Like it was so deeply weirdly like cruel. You know what I mean? Like it was just really strange. It was really fucking weird. Like I don't I still am in a position where I don't really know what happened. You know what I mean? Like I'm still kind of shocked by it. Like I just kind of don't I just don't know. You know, like I'm bewildered. I kind of just don't know what occurred there. Like it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make that much sense at all. And like the thing about it though, like I kind of want to wrap up on a more positive note of the fact that like I literally do not give a shit about any of these people who have like shown their true colors to me basically. Like I just don't care. Like the bridges are burned and I'm literally partying. Like I literally don't give a fuck. I literally do not give a fuck. Like it's up to you people to prove to me that you're worthwhile to associate with. It's your prerogative to do that. Like literally it's you. It's on you. The burden is on you. And I have been in that kind of situation where I'm on the opposite end of it, where it's my responsibility to prove that it's worthwhile to talk to me. So it's like it's just your responsibility to me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the fucked up part about a lot of interpersonal relationships that I've had with people is they're like one-sided on a huge level. Like I will endure and tolerate shit from them that they would never think about tolerating from me. You know what I mean? Like they would never fucking they wouldn't even tolerate it if I criticized them slightly. They would freak out. You know what I mean? But they can do whatever they want to me. Like that kind of relationship, I've been in that so many fucking times, and I'm now at the point where the person I am today would never put up with that situation. I would never put up with that situation. I would literally never ever allow anyone to put me in that position in my life ever again. I literally wouldn't. I'm just immune to it. Like no, there's no person who's worth that to me. There's literally no person who's worth that to me. Like I know who I care about. You know what I mean? Like I know who I care about. All these other stupid motherfuckers, I literally don't give a fuck. I literally wouldn't care if they died. I literally wouldn't. I would be glad. I literally will piss on their graves. I literally don't give a fuck. All these people might as well be dead to me. They literally might as well be dead to me. It's as if they don't exist. It's literally water off my fucking back. I literally don't care. I literally do not care. They're literally worthless people. They literally are worth nothing. Their lives are worth nothing to me. Literally nothing. I would not walk across the street to save their lives. I literally would watch them die. I literally don't care. I'm literally at that point where I'm too strong for you. I'm literally too strong for you. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I will never tolerate any of your bullshit in my life ever again. You're out of here. You're literally fucking out of here. You're done. I'm done with you, and it's just done. Like it's just finished. There's nowhere to go unless it's literally on you. It's up to these people to prove to me that they're worth my time. It's up to these people to prove to me that they're worth my time. That's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be from now on. I'm becoming more savage. I literally don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. If you're going to be this type of person, I don't care. I just don't care. You're not worth it to me. You seem to want to be like the love of my life or something, but you just never will be that person. I already fucking know who I care about, and you're not them. So fuck off. I literally don't give a shit. I never want to speak to you again. I don't want to associate with you again unless I know that you've changed your fucking minds and literally the way you operate as a person. It's just not worth my time. It's literally not worth my time. I have so many possible things. I have so many better things to do with my time than to speak to any of these stupid bitches in my life ever again. Literally, there's so many, there's so, life is not an infinite fucking time period. At some point in your life, you're going to die. So spend your time in the best possible ways for you. And that's not putting up with people's stupid, abusive, cruel, unequal nonsense. It literally isn't. I don't care. Stupid people who don't treat your perspective and your personhood as equal to theirs, just throw them away. Literally, throw them away. Literally, it's not worth it. It's their problem. It's not a problem with you. It's literally their problem. Literally throw them away. If you're the type of person who turns on a dime and just will suddenly change everything and just fucking become a demon basically and just it's just how am I supposed to trust you? You know what I mean? So many people are just so fake, I'm realizing the fact that I care so much about people who I've never even met physically in my life. I give them so much care and appreciation inside of myself, you know what I mean? And then they just turn around and treat me like I'm nothing and just stab me in the back. And it's whatever, dude. People don't deserve what I give them emotionally. They prove to me eventually that they don't deserve what I give them emotionally. They just don't deserve it. So I'm just not going to be that giving anymore. It's a fucking cold world, and I am becoming less and less trustful of people, basically. I'm trying to find the perfect word. I don't need to depend on anyone to you know what I mean? I'm just my own person. I'm my own thing. And if I can tell that you're the type of person who doesn't fit into my world, then I'm just not going to include you in my life. You know what I mean? That's just I'm at the point where I am realizing how fickle and fake and how fucking easily people will just turn on you, that it's I just don't care. I all these people's criticisms, all their opinions, all their interpretations, all their perspectives on me are worth nothing. They're literally worth nothing. There's nothing of value in them whatsoever because they've told me what they think of me, and I know it's a lie because it just isn't how it works. It's literally neurosis produced by my own mind and self-doubt. And doubt is my enemy. Doubt is my enemy. Doubt is the enemy of any kind of creative project at all. It literally is. So, if you're going to embody my doubts and my fears and my neurosis, then you're never gonna see me again, basically, you know? And that's just how it's gonna be from now on. I didn't expect to be having that like half-hour rant about that, but hopefully you found it enjoyable. I know I saw someone commenting multiple times, and it might have even been two different people, that they like my angry rants. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I know that those people will enjoy this. And next week there will probably be a better episode. Hopefully with a guest. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then I'll be streaming this week again as well. So go on Twitch. My Twitch link is on my channel. So subscribe to the Twitch and watch the live streams, which is where those other videos come from. They're clips out of the live streams. So yeah, have a good fucking week. There'll be content all week this week. I have content prepared every day of the week. So just stay tuned to the channel. Join the Discord in the description. It's in the description now. Follow my Twitter, and there's a Twitch link in the descriptions of the videos as well. But yeah, poggers, and I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. Well, really, you will see me again. It's kind of a, quote unquote parasocial. Parasocial. Bye.